we'd a bit of racial animosity in this city, in Glasgow, when we get our terrorist attack. Remember that? Glasgow airport, we got our own little terrorist attack. Pretty proud of that. Kind of put us on the map. Islamic fundamentalists attacked New York, Madrid, London, and then Glasgow. We were fucking flattered. My dad had a tear in his eye. It's a proud day, son. That's us on the telly. Look, I've been there. I've parked there. And everybody had a laugh, but terrorism does have a negative side. It did create a kind of racial divide. I witnessed this firsthand on a train going down south, on this train. Just me sitting here and a middle-aged guy sitting just along a bit. Now, a couple of stops later, a woman of Asian appearance boarded the train and sat beside the middle-aged guy, who immediately stood up and walked away. You ever seen that film, Snakes on a Plane? And this was Jake's on a train, right? That's funny. Right? Walked away, right? The middle-aged guy stood up and just walked away and sat beside me. He started to nudge me. Well, that weird scumbag presumes that you're also going to be a scumbag. Nudging me, and he's pointing, and he said, I don't fancy sitting beside her, pal. No chance. She'll be one of the suicide bombers. I'm taking no chances. I thought, I can see your logic here, mate. You thought she might be a suicide bomber, so you've came and sat 4 seats away. Seriously underestimating the power of Semtex. Thinks he's got a stink bomb. This is the jihad for Allah. Oh, it's fucking bouffing him. Out that window, smelly Taliban bastards. That is disgusting. Somebody get a can of Febreze, there's been a terrorist attack. That is absolutely minging. But you're stuck with the guy the whole way, going down south, going to London. The guy said, are you going to London? And I said, I'm going to London. And he said, I don't like London. Guys like me and you, mate, we're the foreigners in London. They're coming over here, mate, and they're speaking Punjabi. I don't know the way the guy said Punjabi, it was pretty funny. They're speaking Punjabi. They're wearing these burqas, mate. This is our country. If they want to come into our country, they should at least be adapting to our culture. And I'm looking at this guy, thinking, I bet when he goes abroad, he really blends in. Walking about Lanzarote, looking for a Greggs. You don't understand my accent? A daily record, you dick. I was at a Christian rock festival. Never meant to be there. Christian rock festival. I was just passing through the Christian Celebration Festival. There was a stall set up that said, a free toastie for all of God's children. A free toastie. So I thought, sham on. I said, good afternoon. good afternoon, sir. May I have a toastie? And the guy said, are you a Christian? And I thought, well, if I'm not a Christian, am I not getting a toastie? That's very un-Christian. And the guy crumbled under the weight of my argument. And he said, okay, you can have cheese or cheese and ham. And I said, oh, just cheese, mate, because I'm a Jew. That's how you get a free toastie off the Lord, people. I don't really know the big debate between religion and science. You know, atheism's becoming quite cool in 2010. The big debate between religion and science. I would always take religion purely on a basic level. Remember at school, you know, science was quite difficult. Right? You had to read stuff and remember stuff, right? Whereas religious was a skive. Just some guilt-ridden middle-aged women reading passages from the Bible in a class full of hyperactive adolescents that's pissing themselves laughing at something that's been drawn on the blackboard. I'd like to believe in something. You know, you don't just live and then die and then that's it, finished. I'd like to believe there's something bigger than this. No, it's hard. You know, you think, where's the evidence? If there's a God, why is there so much evil in the world? Why is there famine, corruption, greed, stuff like that? And then you think, maybe you need to make up your own theories, right? I've combined a bit of religion, a bit of atheism, and came to my own conclusions. Maybe God created the world, but then he fucked off. He's God. He's going to have more than one property, isn't he? Maybe we've got the place to ourselves. We've got an empty. This is the world. And like all good empties, it's got a bit out of hand. That's why you've got terrorism, corruption, greed. Maybe God will come back one day and go, look at the fucking state of this place. Everybody get out. With the world leaders and corrupt bankers, people shuffling at the door going, sorry, we never thought you were coming back, mate. Sorry about the mate. The Pope sitting there, the Pope knows he's getting grounded. I'll speak to you in a minute, Pope. I was watching a programme about children from the opposite end of the social spectrum, a programme called My Super Sweet 16th. Anybody seen this? Don't get too excited, it's quite shite. I was watching it about 2 o'clock in the morning when the TV's quite shite. Anybody watch late night telly? You ever been up that late at night when the TV just goes, get to bed? There's nothing to see here. Unless you're a deaf baseball fan with a gambling problem. Beat it. Has anybody watched these late night Channel 5 phone-in quiz shows? Anybody seen these, like Quiz Mania and The Cash Vault? It's just robbing drunk people. No, you come in at night, there's some guy going, okay, everybody. Okay, thanks for watching, okay. For £10,000, we're looking for a guy's name. You come home steaming. I know a guy's name. £10,000. I know a few guys' names. Watching this Super Sweet 16th. What it is, it's these millionaire parents, and they've given their 15-year-old kids a budget to spend on their 16th birthday party. This one young guy, his dad gave him £200,000, right, as a budget to spend on his 16th birthday party. I'm watching this, thinking, if my dad had given me £200,000 to spend on my 16th birthday party, I would be dead. It would make for a more interesting TV show. Your 16th birthday party, you should be grateful for a bottle of Mad Dog 2020. And a smelly finger. Bad time for that hand gesture there, so. Give me a quid.